Figures standing at doorways or next to your bed, even leaning near you as you lay there. No features, just darkness. These are the shadow people. I'm Stephen Rapsey, and this is Paranormal Live. Have you ever gone to bed only to be woken up for no reason? Pretty much nearly everyone has at some point. But what if you woke up and couldn't move, only for your eyes to adjust to the surroundings, and there, in front of you, is a figure. No features, just dark, emptiness, void. You try to get up and call for help, and all in vain as the figure creeps over so closer. Anxiety and dread now come into full swing, and the figure causing no harm but fear to its victims. This may seem far-fetched to some, but for a lot of people this is reality, and it can happen every night or on occasion. So what are they? Are they spirits from the other side or another form of entity? Scientifically, people would say this is no more than hallucinations caused by medications or a lack of sleep, causing the person to see a shadowy mist or figure in the corner of their eye. Is it this lack of sleep or tiredness that causes people in and out of the paranormal field to experience these dark shadow figures? Recent reports on social media of people taking too many antihistamines and causing them to see shadow figures, or even the infamous Hatman. The Hatman is just like the shadow person, but wearing a fedora type hat, lingers, causing uneasiness in its victim, causing anxiety and fear, but more menacing than the normal shadowy figures. Some of these types of reports even have glowing eyes. These are reports from people who have fallen asleep and are not able to move, a form of sleep paralysis. But what about haunted locations? There are many reports of shadow figures or myths being felt or seen, especially in buildings of pain and suffering. So are these figures tortured souls, and are they really bad? And how does one explain when these shadow figures get caught on camera? There are many questions and few answers on what they are. Myself included, having experienced a shadow figure once when I was a teen and living with my parents, where I would see someone standing behind me and off to the side, and as I turned, it would be gone, or I would see the shadow go downstairs from my bedroom and disappear. And again, as an adult, thinking it was someone I knew walking down the stairs behind me, and as I turned to ask a question, I would see it go around the corner, off the doorway and towards my kitchen. But when I get to the kitchen, there was no one, and all of this would happen during the day. No lack of sleep, or taking any medications. I have no explanation for what I had seen. I found this short story on the internet from shadowpeople.dotster.com as an example of what people have encountered. One night I awoke paralyzed. I looked towards the window, my eyes being the only things that could move. Sitting on the window was a dark shape of a man who was watching me. Inside my head I could hear a faint voice saying, "Come with me." I could slowly feel myself dying, or what I thought was an experience of dying. My breathing stopped, and I could feel my heartbeat slower and slower. I was terrified with every ounce of energy. I forced my body to sit up. The moment I sat up in bed, the apparition disappeared. I was completely drained physically. I noticed that time on the clock was 3:15 a.m. This occurred a couple more nights during that month. The last time, I almost gave in to the urge to follow him. The death sensation was scary at first, but it was exciting at the same time. Kind of like the first hill on a roller coaster. It has been a couple of years since this first meeting, and I have been moving from place to place hoping to avoid contact with this being. It always seems to find me within a few months, no matter where I go. Sometimes I want to be left alone, but this being and the other things that haunt me are always around. They don't understand how tired I can get at times. And there are more like this. So what are they? What's causing them? And do they just pick certain people? There's also a theory that these figures are other entities, not from this dimension, and maybe even alien. Whatever they are, they tend to make you afraid or even question their intent. So have you or anyone listening had an experience with either the Hatman or the shadow figures? Let us know. We'd love to hear them. Thank you for listening to Paranormal Hive.